Arson Brothers Network presents High, Wide, and Handsome.
Welcome back to another episode of High, Wide, and Handsome, a racing podcast right here on the Arson Brothers Network. I am Matt Klein with the packed house tonight. Dr. Shawn Allen, Mr. Jeff Griffith, Mr. Michael Sizemore. Boys, before we talk racing, let's see what's been going on in the real world this week. Shawn, we'll start with you. What's been going on, brother?
Man, it's been a good week. So my family has kind of been all over the State Fair of West Virginia, which is going on this week. My son, I've told y'all about his outings. He was there on Thursday morning without me, which was really rude to do. But hey, whatever. And then my wife and I went to the fair last night, and I stole Size's live music gimmick, and saw Sierra Farrell at the State Fair. So it's been a really fun week around here, man. Good times.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice little end cap of summer there.
It was, for sure.
Very cool. Jeff, what about you, brother?
Man, I wish I had something exciting, but it's the same as every week, man. I just work a lot.
Yeah. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
But you know what? Spending as much time as I can with Macy, because she's getting ready to go into her senior year. So it's one of the last summers before that, so I've been hanging out with her a lot, and that's been awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. That's awesome, man. Wild. That is where she's at. That's another story. How about you, dude?
Oh, man, I've had a pretty boring week off. I hadn't done a whole lot. Went down to Bristol, hung out down there a little bit. But other than that, just kind of chilling and relaxing this week.
Hey, that sounds like a pretty good week, and always up for a good Bristol run. Not really much here either. A little bit of work, helping my mother out, Joy out. She had some shoulder surgeries. I've been running her back and forth to therapy and things like that. So, pretty mundane week. Did take in a lot of racing this weekend, though. For sure. Been a good one. Be sure to subscribe here to the Arson Brothers Network if you haven't yet, as we roll into the show. And we're going to do just that. Let's head into the lead lap. And that puts us on the lead lap, where we look at all things NASCAR. Big weekend of racing in Richmond, trucks and Cup. O'Reilly off. But we're going to get into all that. Before we do that, there's breaking news just today, Monday, as we're recording. You're seeing this a little after, but breaking news out of the garage, if you will. Connor Zillage officially headed to the 48 Hendrick Motorsports and confirmed Ally Chevrolet, Ally sticking on board for in 2028. The, I guess, worst kept secret in NASCAR, if you will, but finally confirmed. What you guys think of this move? I know what Shawn thinks.
Yeah, we should probably let Shawn talk first.
Me and this guy are really... Man, here's the thing. First of all, we've talked about this. I mean, even in the last year in Xfinity, I know several of us have talked about how Hendrick's going to have their eyes all over this guy. I mean, he checks all those boxes of what you look for there. And to think about, I think I don't think he's turned 20 yet. To think he's 19 years old and is signing a contract to start in a year with Hendrick Motorsports is absolutely mind-boggling to me. But, here's the thing. I think it's a great move for everyone involved. I mean, I do – I like Trackhouse too, so I don't want to say anything negative about them. But I think for Connor, for Hendrick, for everybody involved, it's a really great move, and I think he'll do big things there.
Yeah, I think this is probably the least shocking move in NASCAR. I think anybody without the last name Day probably already 100% knew this was happening. But I just think the timing's kind of weird. Like, you've got a whole season that he's still going to be at Trackhouse, and we've already announced he's going to be leaving there after next season. I don't know why. I mean, I guess maybe you want to get ahead of it, but I mean, if Bowman's going to be there for next year and you're going to be waiting a year, I don't know why you announce it now, but again, everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah, announcing it like that. I mean, remember how things went last year with Suarez once we knew he was going? Things was kind of rocky there. And I do wonder, I mean, this is great for Connor, and it's great for Hendrick. There is a part of me that thinks it's just like for the mid-size, the smaller teams, it kind of sucks. Just that you can't keep these guys, but it's a great move for Connor, and I think he's going to do good things there. I'm very interested to see what ends up happening with that NPC at Trackhouse. I mean, you start naming names, or is there even a possibility of them selling that charter? I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
I don't think Trackhouse will have any problem finding another driver to run 25th through 30th every week like Connor has. So they should be able to at least make a lateral move pretty easily.
Well, also kind of coming out here. You speak of that selling charter. There are rumors of that starting to speculate already. That charter, and another rumor I was just looking at before we come on, that SVG could be shopping around a bit. Some teams interested in him. Are we seeing this as the beginning of the implosion of Trackhouse as we know it? We see teams come and go. I mean, I don't wish that. I'm a Trackhouse fan, but it begs the question of all this going on, but I don't know.
You know, I was going to touch real quick. You guys mentioned the timing, and it does feel weird in a way. But I think when we first started talking about this, I mentioned that part of me wishes they would just get it out of the way if that's what's going to happen. Because for one thing, it's not, I mean, Corey Day, he deserves time to figure out his future, right? And I think that Trackhouse may be part of that. And then as far as you guys mentioned the Suarez example, I don't know how much lower Connor can go than what he's doing at Trackhouse right now. And I'm a Connor guy. Like, I am pumped about this. Like, you'll see me at the track in a lot of 48 gear really soon. But I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't even know if there's any necessarily if that could even be a factor right now, is how poorly things have gone. It'll be interesting to see, though, what happens over the next year.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, from what I gather, not only is SVG's contract up next year, but also Ross's.
Yep, it absolutely is. If Marks is looking to unload, it's the time.
Yeah, I mean, I know a team that's desperately looking for a charter.
Yeah.
I mean. I'd be happy to see them get a charter. I'll say that. But regardless, now one question I do have, and this maybe has been brought up today, and I don't know. What does this do as far as Connor being a Red Bull athlete?
Right.
Does the Red Bull sponsorship come over with him?
That'll be
as like a part-time sponsor.
I could see it staying on board as a personal deal potentially, but I don't know. It would be really interesting and neat to see a Red Bull sponsored Hendrick car even for a couple of races, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered that same thing, Jeff, particularly when I heard that Ally was staying on with the situation.
Yeah. And I mean, it's hard to think Red Bull would not be staying with SVG no matter the situation. They've been with him for many, many years and much success long before he came here. So as far as that Trackhouse connection, is the connection Trackhouse or isn't it? I guess we'll find out, I guess.
Right. And, I hadn't had a chance to get online, so I hadn't saw, but you said like some of the rumors of SVG possibly shopping around. Was there any like teams attached to that or just?
No, not that I saw anyway. More that teams were shopping SVG, seeing his contracts were up, was what was said, than as far, I guess, really SVG shopping around, to be a bit fair. And obviously, I don't know. That is internet rumor hearsay, but it is very interesting timing on the day of this announcement, I thought, for all this just kind of be coming out. I did see there was something Justin Marks said we're in it for the long haul, but also you're saying that no matter what because you're going to devalue the situation if you are selling. Again, that's a lot of speculating, but
you know, we've kind of joked about it on the show, but they did lose a minority owner. Like that's the beginning of last season when Pitbull pulled out, and you know, at the time it just sounded something kind of funny, but you know, if you know there are owners pulling out of the team, could be foreshadowing.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we've saw many a team come and go.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't wish that. I hope Trackhouse the best, but.
Yeah, and you know, just imagine, like, say, a year ago or so, that would be kind of crazy to even think about. That, you know, I mean, I know in my mind, Trackhouse is still a somewhat newer team just because of longevity. But to me, it's crazy that we were not that long removed from the Hail Melon and all that.
Yeah.
It just seemed like everything was shooting for the stars. And now, man, to even hear these rumors it's wild.
Yeah, it really is. All those rumors caught me off guard. The Connor thing obviously did not catch me off guard.
Right.
The timing a bit, but also, I don't know, we've seen that. The timing makes me question a lot of the rumors, too. Like, why are they putting it out there? And then these rumors come out. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to watch. This may be the silly season gift that keeps on giving over the next year and a half or something as so many things fall into place. Or it could be mundane and nothing. We'll see.
Well, you've heard it here first. The official declaration on How Wide of Handsome. Nobody else is reporting this. Within the next 2 to 3 years, Trackhouse Racing will either merge with or be taken over by Junior Motorsports.
Oh,
with their foray into the Cup Series.
Ow.
You gotta watch this podcast if you want those breaking news stories early like this.
Honestly,
when this never happens, we'll just edit this part out.
I wouldn't be that surprised.
I want to know, Saj, are you standing 10 toes down and saying
I'm like 6 toes down on this. I got 4 of them curled up a little bit.
Okay.
That would be about the only situation that I would, I'll not say hope Trackhouse goes away, but be okay with it, because I would love to see Junior get that opportunity to start that Cup team. And that with Trackhouse's already Hendrick engines, and clearly with the drivers, a bit of a relationship. I mean, arguing an arguable point, did Trackhouse lending Connor out to Hendrick Junior Motorsports, if you will, was that the damned of them losing Connor because he saw how green the grass was there? They saw how green the grass was, so to speak, with Connor, and I think both parties really wanted everything to go back. So that leasing a driver out situation may have come back to bite them ultimately. Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier.
As a lifelong HMS guy, I'm going to make a plea to Jeff Gordon right now. All I'm going to say is, Jeff, please bubble wrap the boy when he's not in the car. That's all I'm going to ask. He'll be amazing in there, but much like myself, walking around on Earth is not his friend. So please don't. I mean, tell him, when you celebrate a victory, just get out gingerly. Don't climb the fence. Let's just keep him all together.
Yeah, keep him grounded.
That's right.
Literally.
And, there are rumors swirling around about when will Kyle Larson retire. So, I mean, Gordon and Big Rick seem to be doing a good job of trying to build up, a stable of younger drivers. William Byron's still relatively a young guy, even though it seems like he's been in Cup forever. He's still pretty young. You can bring in Connor, he's super young. Hendricks looks like they're definitely making moves towards the future for the, keep this program at the top within the next 10, 15 years as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just had another thought, Size, to add on to your breaking news. If we happen to hear that Josh Berry is who's filling the 88 Trackhouse, I'm putting all 10 toes down.
Yeah, that would certainly put a little grease on that wheel.
Another big news item from this week, I guess we should bring up before we get into all the races, is Noah Gragson extending his contract with Front Row this week. And what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, we touched on it a little last week on what was going to happen. And, I mean, I think it's great for Noah.
Yeah.
For sure. I'll be curious if Noah can kind of step up next year and run closer to his teammates. Obviously, the whole organization would like to improve, but you see Todd and Zane running pretty similarly, and then Noah's far stretch off this season. So it will be interesting to see if he can bring that other car up to snuff, if you will. But as for a move of Front Row, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm not against Layne another year in the Truck Series necessarily, as I think guys get rushed up. But also, I mean, if that's my choices, I'd probably go ahead and stick Layne in there, personally speaking. No offense to Noah. So it is interesting. But we talked to your Noah, pretty big fan base, sells a lot of merch. Apparently sponsors really like Noah. I heard a lot of that just even this week. So it's all a business move at the end of the day, but it is interesting.
Do you think the Todd father let Jenkins or whatever Long John's man is borrow some of that $1 million to re-sign Noah?
That was the kicker. That was actually Noah's re-signing bonus. That and a jar of pickles.
Hush puppies and pickles for everybody.
Yes, hey, that sounds amazing.
I mean, you can sign me to a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, no doubt. But hey, I wish the best for that program. Like, see Noah get running better. He's had spurts that he has looked better in his short tenure in the Cup Series than this year for sure. So, I mean, I think there's definitely more potential there. I don't know what the overall end potential for him or that car is, but definitely more than they've got out of it this year.
Yeah.
All right, we'll slide off of the news and into the truck race at Richmond. Bit of chaotic start. This was supposed to go down on Friday night, but absolute chaos at the track. There was thunderstorms all evening. At one point, the TV compound, we now know the TV compound caught on fire. There was lightning delays. At one point, they were getting ready to go back racing. The pre-race ceremonies and all happened, but TV was not covering. It was still in the rain delay. Everyone was confused. We now know it was due to that fire situation. So I don't know if they'd have got back on the air had the storms not started back up, I guess at some point. So it may have been a thankful move that those storms started back Friday night. But I'm sure if you were there live waiting 6 hours for them to decide the race is canceled, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Or delayed, I suppose, would be the proper term. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Weather situation's always a situation. There's no great answer ever in that, but is interesting.
Yes, it is.
Finally, Saturday afternoon, we did get a race where we saw a masterclass by our own dubbed Mr. Perfect. Kaden Honeycutt led 225 of 250 laps. That's more than his entire career combined laps led prior to this race. That's his second win of the season and the second win of his career in the Truck Series. He had announced earlier in the week that he and his wife Jessica are expecting first child, so that's pretty good time to go ahead and get you a win as well. Begs the question, is Kaden getting hot at the right time heading into the chase? Are we going to see him make a drive towards that championship?
Well, I mean, we saw what he's been doing in like the Cars Tour and stuff too lately. So I mean, momentum's real no matter where you're at, man. And I mean, this is if you're going to get hot, now's the time to do it. They've got what, one race left?
Yeah.
Until the chase. Now's the time to do it. Yeah, I think it's a real possibility he gets hot right about now.
I still think Layne's the overall favorite to win the truck championship. It's his to lose, I feel like, but I think Kaden could be definitely a dark horse contender there to come in. We've seen championships lost when they shouldn't have been before, and he could be the guy to come in and knock Riggs off that top spot.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Layne's definitely that seems to be the front runner, but I think if anybody can do it, it is. And we've also seen what that team can do in the Truck Series, and they definitely have the speed, and Honeycutt's running really well. So, I mean, you never know, man. When that reset happens, we've seen wild things happen. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a little bit of the kicker with the Honeycutt situation. One, he's getting better and better, which, I mean, speaks to his talent. Two, those Tricon trucks are unbelievable.
Yes,
so if it comes down, I mean, that's not a knock at Front Row or Riggs at all. So they're doing great things. Obviously, when you look at Riggs' stats, like they're pretty comparable to Heim's last year. It's kind of going a little under the radar, but Kaden is not that far off, especially after him. We'll get to that. Riggs kind of had a disastrous day here at Richmond. Was running top 5 all day. I mean, looked like he was on his way slowly running down towards the lead, I thought, but green flag stop on lap 99. His crew didn't get the left front tight. Had to pit again, fell 2 laps behind, and lead down to 61, which, I mean, still a good lead, but, I mean, we saw that falter. It was a lot more.
And, I mean, it's when you think about, like, I mean, this point reset's coming up, man. I think maybe we're not quite, not us, but, like, a lot of people aren't really quite realizing how these point resets could change so much, man. Look at where Joey Logano was less than a month ago, and look where Joey Logano is now.
That
was over what, 3 or 4 races? How many spots did he move up? How many points did he make up? This points reset, man. I mean, if you're in there, you have got a chance if you can just get hot.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw. We'll speak on that. We saw Denny Hamlin make up that large gap to get to the lead there at 1.2. But I'll speak to this. I love this revitalized chase format, and I think it's really over the last few weeks, a month or so, starting to show how cool it is, because you can make such big gains if you get hot. The wins, while it may not be winning in, a win that we're learning counts for a lot. And if you can get some stage wins to back it up, or some good stage points, you can have a monstrous day, make a big swing of these points, and it is super fun to watch. So I am absolutely loving this revamped chase format, and I'm so excited to go into the actual chase and see how that plays out in all of these series.
Me too, man. Me too. I absolutely love it.
And, even without a reset, I mean, the truck, definitely the top of the truck standings or where the battle is. I mean, Honeycutt's only 61 behind Layne. And just like you said, Matt, about how those points can close up quickly. I mean, even without it, that there's a good battle there. The other 2 series, not so much. Definitely O'Reilly, Justin's. He may take off Daytona, but I'm with you. I'm really enjoying it too, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll speak on SVG in this race. Got his first career truck pole. Showed up, got it done, and a great race. Ended up 4th. SVG in the truck series is super fun to watch. Yeah. I think he seems to be enjoying it as well and getting some great runs.
Looking at this and looking back on it, and then back on the topic of trucks to Cup, I can't help but wonder what would have a full truck season for SVG have looked like, as good as he's looked in every truck race he's been in this year so far.
Yeah, I've been interested if he'd got there instead of that full season of O'Reilly, and seemingly would have done him better to prepare for the Cup car from what we hear over the last bit. So that's a very interesting what if, actually. Yeah. But cool to see him with another good run. I like when he's running these truck races. Hope we see more of them. I guess next year, as we're heading into the chase, no more Cuppers in any of the series during the chase.
Yeah.
Another interesting moment from the truck race was my boy Corey Heim and Ty Majeski. Some Peter May in there. Heim in some situations here last bit. That car store deal with Kaden, here with Majeski.
But I mean, he don't care to mix it up with some dudes, and I think we're going to see more of that as the over the years to come in the Cup Series, more than it may seem like on paper. If you've not been watching closely, he'll get right in there.
Yeah, I think maybe he's a little understated in his interviews. He says he'll hit you with some killer lines and but he says them in such a even keel way that you don't really pick up on it. But I think he's got a little bit of a badass in him, man.
Well, he definitely does on the track. There's no question about that in every capacity of that. I think we hear the Carson and Heim rivalry, which, give me more of that, but the real rivalry is Heim and Honeycutt, man, and I hope that progresses to the Cup Series eventually as well. Those two, I mean, they have great battles in the trucks and the cars tour, and they give it to each other hard. And I think Honeycutt maybe has a little chip on his shoulder about it, and not necessarily in a bad way, but just knows he sees Heim's success and wants that. Now, I mean, I hope he can achieve it, but I think that's going to be a fun rivalry if Kaden can continue his success as well.
I agree 100% on that, man. I started noticing, I think it was the Bristol race this year, when there was a few little comments made, and I was like, there's a little bit more to this than what we realized.
And then nearly took each other out that Cars Tour race not long ago. They've had some hard battles in the trucks. It's fun to watch and going to be fun into the future, I do believe. I think Honeycutt's we haven't even saw.
Hold on a second, guys. I apologize.
I thought I was hallucinating.
That would be the power of Alexa being controlled from another room.
There goes our first.
As long as we don't get sued by Taylor Swift.
There goes our first copyright strike on the podcast. speak on Grant Enfinger as he showed up in that beautiful WVU paint scheme. We got to shout it out. Hometown, home state for all of us but Size down there, the hokey man. I don't know what he's doing, but we love to see that Mountaineer thing on track, and had a great run, ended up fifth.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It wasn't as cool as an orange and maroon 21 car in the Cup Series, but it's all right.
Man, love the truck. Absolutely, love seeing Grant have another good run. Has slid himself higher up in the points too. Got looking good there. Led some laps. I mean, you can't beat it, man. I mean, of course, I would absolutely love to see that ride pull into victory lane, if for no other reason, just so a die cast could be found of that bad boy, because it was a beautiful truck, man. And the fire suit, the helmet, everything was awesome.
Yeah, super cool stuff. And I would love to see a diecast of that. That'd be a must-have. At least for 3/4 of us.
Yeah.
But cool. We got to mention Tristan McKee making his truck debut and doing it impressively. 16 years old, ended up 8th in his debut. Pretty cool stuff there.
Yeah, it was impressive. I mean, that kid, I think, is going to be good. I think we've talked about it almost every other week on this podcast, how, he is going to be the next Zillage the next time. It's looking more and more like it. Just be 16 years old, get thrown into a truck series with guys some guys who've done this all their lives, some guys who are supposed to be the next hot thing in racing, and make a top 10 out of that. That's insane.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. Hold that seat down, Michael McDowell. Yeah, it's going to be super fun to see Tristan start progressing into these ranks and see if he can keep it up. And I mean, sure looks that way.
Yeah.
Shout out another young talent too. Nick Lights qualified 5th, ran top 10 most of the day, ended up falling back at the end, but a great showing for another young driver there. In that Tricon truck. So we've said it many times here, the young talent coming up is heavy-handed.
More talent for their seats.
Yeah, that is always the problem. No seats, no money. At some point, money ends up dry. Yep. But that be the way it goes. But a lot of talent coming up for sure. I mentioned the Ram efforts. Justin Haley out there, the first ever in-house built chassis for Ram, finally getting their program embedded a little deeper. I don't think quite the Audi only one ended up 27th in that thing, but nonetheless, that is a milestone next step for that Ram organization. And still rumors, won't they on the Cup Series next year? We don't know that either, but definitely a big step there.
I just wonder when we'll get that news, if that is going to happen for next year. I would feel like it has to be soon if it's going to happen at all.
Yeah, I mean, I would think sometime this fall at the latest, but
I mean, they may not want to take away from their first season back in the Truck Series, and wait till the season ends and make the announcement for the move to Cup. So I could see that happening, but I definitely imagine it'll be, not long after the championship race if they're going to announce it for next year.
Let's do the race for the seat for the Cup ride.
Oh, yeah.
Now
let's do the All-Star or whatever truck they have, but have an All-Star Cup. Just put different names in that every week.
Yeah, that'd be fun to watch. I love the All-Star truck. Clearly everyone's struggled, and we'll get to this week's as well, but it's been super fun to see a lot of guys come back.
Yeah.
And we'll speak on that. Elliott Sadler was the All-Star, made his return to the Truck Series, as well as Hermie Sadler reprised his pit reporter role for the weekend. So the Sadler brothers back. Elliott was quite distraught that the rain delay happened, as he had to miss his son's kart race. I heard him going on about that. But cool to see those guys back for one-off. It's really fun, though, the All-Star truck. I like the idea of it.
I saw an amazing Hermie Sadler shirt and sent it to Size and told him he needed it.
Oh, nice.
It was old Virginia's for Lovers car.
Yeah.
I want a Sadler Brothers TNA shirt. That's what I want. Back from the wrestling days.
Yes. We'll mention the bubble battle, the cut line. It's one more race to go. Tyler Ankrum sits in plus 20 points. Stuart Friesen in 11th, out by 20. Jake Garcia right behind 12th, out by 21. You think Friesen or Garcia can make it up next race, or is Ankrum sitting safe?
I'd like to see Friesen make it up. I mean, it's potential. It's only a 20-point difference there. I think he can get it, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But I would love to see it. I'd love to see Friesen get into the chase there.
Yeah, my heart's saying Friesen, and my head's not quite as sure as my heart. But we'll see. I mean, there's time, and there's a race, but we'll see.
Yeah, all of the above. It's going to be quite the task to make up 20 points. But, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's Friesen's a good short tracker. I think he can go out to have a good run at New Hampshire. It's going to be really interesting to see how that goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, Ankrum could blow an engine second lap.
Yeah.
Crazier things have happened. I think it's an uphill battle, but that's what makes it fun, right? That's what we like about this chase system is you get these bubble battles there at the end of guys just having to do everything they can to get that one extra point to get in there.
Yeah, no doubt. Super fun to watch. Very intriguing. That great reset's coming. The chase for the truckers well on its way. All right, Honeycutt put on a clinic in trucks, but the Cup Series, they had a whole different animal. Let's talk about the Cup action, where we saw Joey Logano claim his second win of 2026, second victory the last four races. Passed Chase Briscoe for the lead on lap 362, held him off for his 39th career victory. Even year Joey is looming. Is he about to go on a tear headed into the chase?
I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about sums it up, doesn't it?
that analysis
like it, doesn't it?
That analysis is brought to you by Jeff Griffin.
I mean, it really is full-on even year Joey, because the last championship it won, it looked like he was going to get bounced out of the playoffs early, and then Bowman had an accident that put Joey right back in there, and he ended up with the championship. So Joey loves doing this on even years. Everybody counts him out, thinks, Joey ain't going to have it this year. And then come playoff, chase, whatever you call it time, he's like a man on fire.
You got to wonder, has he got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, too, with all the talk of him being not a real champion, and the playoffs was the only reason he was there? Has he got a little bit of a chip?
Oh, I think they definitely do. Hearing him and Paul Wolf talk about that a few times, I think they definitely do, and that's dangerous for the field. In all honesty, they're really good, and they did it all through the playoffs at manipulating whatever the format is and peaking at the right time, which is what it takes and what it took in the past iteration of the chase. Jimmy Johnson, Shaq, and House being the masters of that version of it. I mean, Joey, they might have figured it out and headed on that. It is looming. It generally is looming.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the thing about it is, and Lord, I don't want to sound like I'm taking up for Joey, but the thing is, that whole conversation about is it a real championship or not? Man, they're all real championships. Everybody on the track has the same shot of doing it, and some people just figure it out better than others. And I mean, like it or not, Joey is legitimately a 3-time champion, and I cannot tell you what it'll do to my mental health if he gets to 4.
Yeah, I agree, though. Everyone has played by the same rules, if you will, all through all these. I mean, you can have a problem with the format, but that doesn't discredit the outcome of the format, the way I see it.
Yeah,
agreed.
Which devastates Waldo more, if Joey becomes a 4-time champion or Denny becomes a 1-time champion this season?
Oh, easy. Denny becoming 1. I mean, life will move on past this. hey, but something else I was thinking about today, guys, and particularly Matt and Saj will know what I'm talking about. It feels like we've been watching Joey all of my life. But do you realize how young this dude is? I mean, I looked at he's 36 years old. Like I'm going to watch him the rest of my life. But it just blows my mind when you look at how young he was when he came in. It's kind of like that Zilich thing we were talking about earlier. He's so young. And it feels like he's been there forever, and he has. But he has forever to go, too, if he chooses to.
Yeah.
I think he was just had turned 18 after he started in the Cup Series. Yeah, he's been there for a while.
Yeah.
And I still,
still the youngest winner in the Cup Series, or second youngest. I mean, it's right there. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. Right. Yeah, he's been there forever, but as you said, still arguably just about to hit prime. Some say that 36 to 42 range. I think Denny Hamlin said maybe a little past that, but we might see. We don't even know if we've saw peak Joey yet, which is a scary thought.
Man, at the end of the day, I mean, and I know none of us are fans, but Joey is very good. I mean, and there is no taking that away from him. I mean, you don't win one championship without being very good, let alone three. And Matt, I hate to say it, but I agree with everybody. I think the tsunami may be coming because, again, every track coming up are good tracks for Penske and especially Joey, and he's going to be a real contender before the season's over. He's going to be in the mix up there at the top, I think.
Yeah.
And a name Matt mentioned earlier, Paul Wolfe, man, going to go down is probably, if they win this year, I mean, he is going to be in that argument with a guy like Chad for the greatest crew chief of all time, just his ability to adapt to these different scenarios to get his team up there in contention for championship win.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. Kind of wild stuff, but accurate. And certainly Joey is starting to get in discussions of where he places on that scale as well. Yeah. It's really wild. And as I said, if we see him going in the next 5 years and continue the success, who knows where we'll be talking when it's all said and done.
Yeah. Well, and just real quick, something you mentioned, he is still the youngest driver to ever win a Cup race at 19 years, 1 month, and 4 days. Wow. Think about how young that is. Where are we all at just past 19? I mean, I don't even want to think about it.
Nowhere we can discuss publicly. Definitely not winning races.
And this guy was winning Cup races, and he's still doing it almost 20 years later. It's insane.
It really is. Wild stuff.
I did get a kick out of his burnout into victory lane.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I saw it melted some of the tile victory lane to the tires. I was curious how NASCAR felt about that, but I'm sure they enjoyed the social pops off of it.
Well, but there wasn't as much. But he was not the first person to ever do that. I don't know who all has done it, but there wasn't as much social media stuff then. But I actually saw Jimmy Johnson do it at Bristol up that ramp.
Yeah, so, I saw Kyle Busch do it there too. Actually,
yeah. So that's Bristol's seen it a few times.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, and I mean, I think the most dangerous part of Joey is where they've got themselves in place up to 10th in points, which that's a little out from that supposed 6th, 7th spot where you got to win the championship from. But we've said it from the beginning on this podcast that we don't really buy that. You start from 10th and you get real hot, you're going to be in contention.
Yeah. Right.
And I mean, he's still got 2 weeks to go. He can still climb. New Hampshire, a great track for Joey. Daytona, great track for Joey.
Yep.
We'll give props to Chase Briscoe, second place run. He raced Logano really hard. I thought he was the only one that looked like he may actually have something for him at some point in the race. He just didn't have that long run speed that Logano and that Ford had.
Yeah, man, Chase is another one that's I think it's kind of going a little under the radar. Everybody's talking about Joey. But Chase is another one that didn't start off the greatest, but he's really put together a strong run in the last few months. And I mean, he's made himself a big part of the picture too. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's up there competing as well towards the very end of the season.
Yeah, I agree. Sitting now 5th in points in that prime range as we just talked about. So.
I was shocked at how well Chase did yesterday. As everybody knows, we all do the NASCAR Fantasy on the NASCAR app, and when you set your lineup down at the bottom, it'll give you some sleeper picks, who to avoid, who to pick, and they had Chase on there as an avoid because apparently over the last 5 or so Richmond races he hadn't made the top 10. So not a track that he's usually all that great at, but just did so well Saturday night. Just went out there and, like Matt said, if he'd had that long run speed, he probably could have run the race, but Joey just able to run him down there at the end.
Yeah, I thought that was the real tell, man. Was like that was the big story. Was this is like one of Chase's worst tracks. It's one of his worst tracks, and it's like, well, if you can run like that at one of your worst tracks, what more could you ask for?
Oh yeah. If 19 keep the momentum going, now they're going to definitely be a player in this chase. That's for sure, and they definitely have the potential to. I think for sure.
Now, if we could just get him to eat a hot dog at Martinsville.
Good luck with that. I don't know. We got Shawn too, so that was a big step.
It's tradition. It ain't cause they're good.
Very.
Is it possible that Chase Briscoe is the most culinarily like Shawn of anybody in the
season? Maybe.
Hey, I do like a big fizz. I ain't gonna lie.
No doubt. We do know like Briscoe likes a good sheets run. We all know that. Oh goodness. We'll talk about Hendrick Motorsports, a big bounce back. All 4 cars in the top 10. Elliott 5th, Larson 6th, Byron 9th, Bowman 10th. It's a big turnaround, especially. We just last week talking about Iowa about what this team needs to do. Huge turnaround.
Yeah, I guess they figured it out over the last week because they look pretty good at Richmond. And as we talked about, similar style tracks. I guess maybe they learned from their mistakes there at Iowa and came back with a completely different setup there in Richmond and showed that they could do it.
Yeah, and again, talk about getting hot. If Hendrick gets it figured out and gets hot into this chase, that's going to be a situation to watch as well for any of those drivers, or any of the 3 anyway.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't know if you call it necessarily back, but you definitely say, we know that they're going to get it figured out before season's end. Hopefully not too late. But man, I'll tell you, I can't wait. Outside of the all 4 cars being in the top 10, we've got a lot of Kyle Larson talk to come later too. What a historic evening Mr. Larson had,
Yeah, really wild stuff. Finished 6th. I'll give props for all of it to Cliff Daniels. He made some great strategy guys to get them back in position to race. I think the car was pretty quick all night. They got behind on qualifying, which got them behind early in the race. But, man, some great calls there by Cliff. And Cliff kind of set up what was to come as well, as we'll learn. We'll get to that on the Bull Ring Report. We'll break down that coveted Knoxville Nationals, so definitely stick around. But, yeah, crazy night for Larson.
As good of a night as it was for Hendrick, it was a very disappointing night for Team RFK.
Yeah.
They went in with 2 very high-ranking pole positions there. Ryan Preece needed a great night. Brad Keselowski needed an even better night, and they neither one got it. Buscher, I don't know that. Preece finished, I think, the highest of the 3, and he was still a couple laps down, I think, finished 19th. And definitely dropped in the points. I don't know that it's attainable at this point.
Yeah, he's sitting 50 out now. That's tough. Although Preece, New Hampshire almost like a home track for him. If he could go up there and really pull out something special, and I'm talking a lot of stage points, if not a stage win, if not both stage wins, get a race win or at least run really good. And SVG has trouble, maybe, but it's going to be a daunting task.
Yeah, so he's going to have to run good, but he's going to need some help too. And I don't know. It's going to be a lot of things need to fall in place. It could happen. Yeah. I'm not giving up hope.
And we saw SVG kind of getting better at these short tracks, as we saw. Yeah. Not as much in the Cup car, but a good run there in the trucks last week. And we saw him with some speed at New Hampshire before, actually. So it's going to be tough, but it is going to be kind of fun to watch. This thing could, though, we could go into Daytona pretty much with our chase field set, which is, I think, a little disappointing. But, it's just kind of how it goes, but also it would be fun to have a little battle going into that last race. And we may,
Yeah.
Well, I hate that the battle is going to be most likely the SVG there with Hendrick jumping him in points this last week because I really want Shane to get in there. I'd like to see Preece get in there too, but it doesn't look like we're going to get both of them. It doesn't look like we're getting Preece, but if Preece does get in, we're most likely losing Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Cindric's ran really good the past. I mean, Penske as a whole has ran really good the past few weeks, and but Cindric's been pretty impressive too. So,
Cindric third, big podium run there last at Richmond. So I mean, huge night for him. Cindric has showed glimpses of being really good, and I mean, I think there's still upside of Cindric as a whole, but I think there's potentially still upside even this season that we may see that two teams start running better. Penske as a whole running better, but. And
I mean, even Josh Berry. Yeah. I mean, who's like a Penske affiliate. I mean, they're the Wood brothers basically, but I mean, they've been running really good the past few weeks.
Man, it begs the question: if Berry and the Wood brothers could have had these runs in the first part of the season, would he still be looking for that job right now?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I kind of really don't either, and that's kind of sucks to see. But hey, Barry's showing he can get it done. He kind of looking for that job, but it's glad to see them getting some good runs.
Yeah,
and I'm sure Jesse Love watching that's glad to see the potential for the future there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he's not going to be driving a complete potato.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a good tater, but not that kind.
I bet Jesse don't love a good tater these days.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Jesse needs a tater.
Yeah, he needs some.
Denny Hamlin fourth, grew his points lead, now sits 115 ahead of second place Blaney. So Denny in a really good spot, but that big reset is definitely coming and coming quick.
Yeah.
Not a lot of cautions in this race.
No.
And you know, my question is, do you think a part of that is the fact that they're racing more for stage points now, so they're being a little bit more protective and a little bit more cautious about what they're doing as far as getting into people? Is that are people taking a little bit better care of their stuff because of points?
I think a little bit. If you want my honest truth about it, I think it's the fact that we have a giant tire on this new car for no apparent reason, and you can't hardly spin them out. Is my old man take on that. I do think the field has calmed down a bit from the win and you're in situations, just a bit, but I don't know if enough to see the drastic loss of cautions have been going downhill. We've heard a lot of talk of it on the Dale Jr. podcast since like 2018, 19 or something like that. Caution's been going downhill, but I think this new car has a lot to do with it. At first, it seemed like it was going to be the opposite. We saw so much of that snapped loose just out of nowhere, and we still see it in this new car every now and again. Chasing that Bell incident not long ago, we kind of saw it, but not as much. And I think a lot to do with it is that the giant tire that we now run. And I mean, I don't know, there's people a lot smarter than me knows that, but I don't want to see wrecked cars, but I do think more cautions, to a degree at least, is better for the overall entertainment value of a race.
Yeah,
agreed.
I'll say that for whatever reason, I thought this Richmond race, though, was at least a bit more enjoyable than the last few trips down there, because there are times, y'all, that we were going to Richmond coming out treating it like it was Texas 5 years ago. You know what I mean? So I did think, for whatever reason, I did think this race was a bit more enjoyable than what the last few trips there had been.
Yeah, I agree with that. We saw some really hard battles. Joey kind of ran away late there, but I mean, before that, really good battles all day. Several even lead changes, some guys up there up front. So I'm with you. I don't think it was a horrible Richmond race, despite not a ton of cautions.
Right.
All right, Cup playoff picture almost set in stone. Let's look at air playoff or chase picture, as we'll talk a little bit about our fantasy league, where we saw the great return. The good doctor back in victory lane this week tightened up his third place into second place, not far at all behind crew chief Kendall. Now I'm still holding down the top. Jeff and Size are present.
Yeah. We're at the stage where we're having to take some gambles to try to make up some points, and sometimes those gambles pay off. Most of those times, those gambles do not. Ryan Preece is qualifying, had me convinced. It's like, all right, I'm going to be the only one taking Preece, and we're going to ride this train to the moon. And then we ride this train to nowhere.
I haven't taken an RFK car in like 2 months.
Just out of spite.
I actually had Brad sitting in the garage, which ended up being, it hurt me because I needed to change some other dudes, but I thought Brad was, by the look of qualifying and the look of practice, I thought Brad was going to have a solid night, but boy, he absolutely did not. Yeah, fun stuff. Always at the Fantasy League. Gonna be fun going into the chase, get some drivers back.
Yeah. I slowly those little red, whatever you call them, but you got no more. Oddly enough, I think I ran out of Ty Gibbs first, which I don't know.
I think I did too, actually. Which means you always pick the same, so that makes sense.
I got like 4 runs left with Ty Gibbs because I was convinced he's never going to win another race in his life, and
that's why you are where you are.
Dig them toes out of the sand, man.
Yeah.
I took Ty Gibbs this weekend, and then again didn't go straight to the moon on that one either.
No. Yeah, why we didn't talk about that. I thought Ty would have another good run, especially after the previous week in such a similar track, but not to be again.
Yeah. Same.
But fun stuff in the Fantasy League, fun stuff NASCAR overall. Yeah, I thought a pretty good weekend of racing in Richmond, one of the better ones the last 2 years, like Shawn said. But
yeah,
we got 2 races before that chase. Going to be a fun time watching all this transpire and going into this re-inaugural. Is that a word? Re-inaugural chase?
Yeah, it is now. If it wasn't before, it is now.
Call Merriam and Webster. All right, that's going to do it for the lead lap. That moves us beyond the banking, where we look at other major forms of motorsports. And this week, all about IndyCar up in Canada. Moved the Canadian race from downtown Toronto to the streets of Markham, which is Honda's Canadian headquarters, worth noting. But bit of a disaster when they got there Friday. The track literally wasn't finished. Fans sat around for 9 hours watching construction crews instead of race cars as all Friday activities were canceled. Really not a good look there at all, I thought, going into that first street course in Markham.
Man, how does that happen? That's what I want to know. Like, I was reading about this, and I was just like, how?
Yeah. I mean, I know the San Diego NASCAR
for 9 hours watching this that you like just start deluding yourself and you start cheering for members of the construction team like that's your driver.
Yeah. Pick out your favorite construction crew.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like when we went to San Diego earlier this year, like the track had to be adjusted, but it was nowhere near this big of a deal and was done quickly, no reschedules of any times. Like, I mean, I get possibly some adjustments, but I don't know. It's not a good look at all, and especially, I mean, if you were there for stuff on Friday, that's really harsh. I mean, but it was a wild track once it got formed up. That hairpin turn was something that would make Monaco shy away. I'm telling you, it was really wild, and it bit some dudes. And I think that lack of practice Friday led to kind of a messy Saturday, a quick event, short of practice. We saw names like Joseph Newgarden, Will Power, Alex Blow, Collette. They all crashed in practice or qualifying. So I mean, it was wild right out the gate.
Well, like I was saying off the air, man, I haven't got the chance to watch this one yet, but that one clip I saw of all the cars going around that hairpin and basically like stopping to get around it, I was like, this is insane.
Basically the whole race, especially restarts. It was it definitely was a trouble situation, but I thought this was a pretty entertaining race to watch. Kind of got fun. Louis Foster started on the pole, surprised the pole. He don't even have a job for next year, so what a better way to audition than that. And looked like he was going to be the man to beat. Led early, was in control for about the first third of this race. Got behind on a pit cycle on lap 33, then restarting deep in the field, charged from 8th to 4th. On lap 43, he went for an inside move on Marcus Ericsson for 3rd place. Clipped the inside wall, which sent him pounding into the outside barrier. Foster complaining that the track corners were not rounded and had sharp edges sticking out that clipped them. We saw other guys clip the same area, so possibly that track not finished come back to bite some dudes. Even if that's true, I don't know, but several dudes did have the same kind of trouble, so quite possibly.
I mean, you barely had a track, much less rounded corners, so be happy for getting a race, I guess.
Yeah, that's true enough. True enough. It's all get Mick Schumacher look like he was going to have a career IndyCar day. Got bit by one of those sharp edges as well. But from there, Ericsson stayed clean. That 28 Honda ran consistently in top 5, made the late charge past Will Power for second, and then took the lead for good. 4 laps to go. Ericsson's 5th career start, his first since joining Andretti Global. First in quite a while, so big win for Marcus Ericsson. His teammate Will Power on the podium with him in 3rd, and Romain Grosjean, his career best IndyCar run was 2nd. Looked like for just a minute until that 4 laps he might be on the way for his first win, which would be quite the turnaround for his IndyCar endeavor, but ended up 2nd. A big podium for him. Cool to see. Yeah, just a wild one. This track is wild. Like, I hope we do it again. I think there clearly needs to be some issues worked out and need to be worked out long before the series get there. But I don't know. I don't know if this situation, if we're going back to Toronto, if we're sticking here or what. But I actually really enjoyed this race. The airpin was nuts. Like, you almost couldn't not run into guys. It looked like NASCAR short track of old there for a corner, and then out of that into blazing speeds. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back and watch this, man. I'm very excited about it.
I think you'll find it quite entertaining. All right, from the concrete walls of Canada, we'll trade the pavement for a little dirt, a little short track as we roll into the Bull Ring Report. And that puts us on the Bull Ring Report, where we look at short tracking, dirt tracking, all that good stuff. We'll start on the asphalt as we saw the Texan 250 battle at Berlin this week, where we saw a huge win from, we just talked about him, 16-year-old Tristan McKee. Pulled off a crown jewel win, outdueling a super late model legend Bubba Pollard in a 9-lap sprint to the finish. That speaks volumes right there in itself. McKee used build momentum to make his Truck Series debut, as we talked about. Carson Hocevar in 3rd, Ty Majeski 4th. A star-studded lineup in this race. But Tristan McKee proving he's one to be there.
Inspire's got him a ringer there.
Man, they do. It's going to be fun, as we just said, to watch him see, but it's fun to watch him in these super late models. And also in this star-studded field, we certainly saw the one, the only Cleetus McFarland making his super late model debut. He bought that nice-looking super late model, helped prepare for his future NASCAR starts. Ended up qualifying 22nd out of the 27 cars. However, late in the race, Cleetus spun down the track, collected Keith Hearps, tore up the nose and right side of that newly purchased late model, ended up finishing 19th. After the race, Cleetus quoted as saying, "I was fighting for my life out there and bluntly admitted I just suck." Hey, gotta give some respect though, jumping into the deep end, a big race. Bubba Pollard, Hocevar, Majeski, other dudes in your first win, but did Cleetus once again bite off a little more than he could chew?
Yeah, I believe he did.
I think Cleetus just like spinning around. The man just loves a good spin. I haven't seen him in a race where he hadn't spun. No. Maybe you should buy a Gravitron or a Scrambler instead of a race car.
I gotta respect
this is what Cleetus needs to be. It's what he needs to be spinning out in super late models. So get these wheels underneath you, man. Get your time on the track out there. And yeah, you're going to screw up and you're going to suck there for a while, but that's how you get better.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely where it needs to start. Mine could have started in a little less prominent of a race than the Battle of Berlin, but, jump in where you get. And I think they hosted some races at this track after that the weekend. That Zach guy, the camera guy, that also got a late model that works for Cleetus, he's looking like he may be the racer of the crew from what I'm seeing here lately. That's going a little unnoticed, but worth noting on that, and something to pay attention to. Sorry, Squirrel. Sorry, Cleet. But we'll go from the Midwest. We'll head on out west as Cars Tour West had their summer showdown at Evergreen, 14th annual summer showdown at Evergreen. A big race been going on out there for a while now, branded under the Cars Tour West banner. But we saw Carson Brown flag-to-flag dominance. Kind of a shock win over Kevin Harvick in the Pro Lates. In the Super Lates, excuse me. And then a Turner Brown, young teenager, made his first career Pro Late Model start. Lap 2 of the race, spun into the grass, had to restart at the tail end of the 26-car field, drove all the way back through the pack, tracked down Kevin Harvick, and passed the NASCAR legend with 34 laps to go to win the race, Harvick finishing second. I mean, is there a better way to make a name for yourself than to debut, spin out, drive through the field, and pass Harvick for the win? That's pretty impressive.
No, I'd have to say that's about as good a debut as you could ask for.
Yeah. So, another young name team there to potentially keep your eye on. Turner Brown showed up and showed out. We'll get to that Carson Brown win. The other one, as the Anthony Campy Racing's Carson Brown put on an absolute clinic in the Super Late Showdown. Started on the pole, led every single lap. Only the second driver ever to do that in the Summer Showdown's history. Wow. Matter of fact.
Wow.
Not to be without drama, though. On a restart with 100 to go, he and Ethan Ebert were literally beating and banging doors through turn 1 all the way into turn 4. Brown held him off, pulled away by 5 seconds. Ebert ended up 4th with a torn up right valence, and I don't think he was too happy from what I gather. I'll talk about the Harvicks, their weekend. They had quite the interesting one. Keelan crashed his super late model during practice on Friday. The Rackley War Crew worked through the night to convert the pro late model of Kevin Harvick into a super late model for Keelan Harvick to race on Saturday. Keelan then drove up to 5th, got caught up in an incident with his teammate, lap 72, sent to the rear, still drove all the way back to the pack to end up 3rd. So quite an adventurous outing for both Harvicks and that whole Rackley War team, converting that car over overnight.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, man. I mean, just to change a whole class of car overnight, like you said. I mean, I would like to. I just saw some footage of that, actually.
Yeah, the little time lapse have been interesting.
Yeah.
Jace Hansen up second. We'll know Jace Hansen and Keelan Harvick look like they're going to take this battle down to the wire for that championship. Going to be fun to watch as we head towards the Las Vegas Bull Ring in November, the finals for that Cars Tour West. We'll slide into some dirt action now. Starting with the Lucas Oil late models and the Lucas Oil Topless 100. Get them out, boys, because the tops came off in Batesville.
I watched this race, and not since Naked Lunch have I been so misled by a title of something.
You got Cronenberg, man.
You did. Not what you were hoping for, huh?
Not at all. I didn't see RTJ's titties once.
I've heard they're nice. Oh, goodness. Well, nonetheless, the tops of the cars came off, so you can get a good look down in there at the driver. They do this once a year, and always kind of fun. The real main character of this race, however, was flat tires. As out of 17 caution flags in the 100-lap feature, 15 of them were for flat tires. Teams were burning through rubber left and right. Charlie Cole pitted 7 times for tires in this race.
The flat really may have cost RTJ the win. He was the first half of that race. He was just dominant, and then that flat tire action got him.
Yes, it did. Runner-up Dale McDowell, 4th place Kel Stuckey, the only 2 drivers in the entire 24-car field who managed to go 100 laps. So they talk about really taking care of your stuff compared to everyone else. That's really impressive, I thought. But yeah, he talked about there. RTJ started on the pole. He won one of those Friday prelims and led the first 52 laps. Looked like he was the car to beat, bit by that flat tire himself. Saw late charge Josh Rice coming off that huge North-South 100 win. Started back in 22nd, drove through the entire field. He was hounding RTJ, took the lead on lap 53, and then we saw RTJ's trouble set in. Rice was checking out. Looked like he was going to go back to background jewels, but coming to complete lap 89, another one bit him. Right rear gave up, brought out the caution, ended that hope for a Cinderella run for him. But,
man, it's just that track though, because I mean, I watched the prelims, and like it was the same story in both of those, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just flat tire after flat tire. If you got the lead, it didn't mean anything because you're probably going to get a flat.
yeah, just absolutely eating tires. And I mean, I like a track to eat a tire to a degree, but this might have been a little too egregious.
Yeah,
for sure. Dan Ebert, the former Winter X Games snowmobiler, modified racing veteran, just his second year running super late, started 11th, smartly pitted on lap 38 to get that fresh rubber playing the long game. And when Rice blew his tire on lap 89, Ebert inherited the lead, drove away to win by nearly 5 seconds. Not just his first crown jewel, his first ever Lucas Oil Late Model Series win. So what a place to get your first win in the famed Topless 100. Brought on $50,000. Dale McDowell ended up second. Superman Jonathan Davenport in third. But fun race. I mean, despite all the cautions, it was fun watching so many comers and goers. It was a lot better to watch it back the next day on Flow, where I could skip through a lot of that caution time, I will admit. But some good stuff in there if you certainly dig for it. Fun when Lucas Oil Series.
Josh Rice could have pulled that off, though, man.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to happen. That would have been huge after last weekend. But cool to see a surprise winner, though, for sure.
Absolutely.
Love this Lucas Oil Late Model Series, and it's certainly been delivering this year. So even just the last 2 weeks alone, been just mwah.
Yeah.
But that was not the biggest dirt situation of the week, as the Knoxville Nationals, 410 Knoxville Nationals, underway all weekend. Granddaddy of them all. We'll start with some preliminary action on Wednesday. Sheldon Haudenschild won a thriller over James McFadden, passing him coming to the white flag. Thursday night, young Money Kyle Larson got a prelim victory, slicing through traffic, locked in maximum points. Friday night, Donnie Schatz put off a massive slide job to win the prelim after Jill Celsi and Brandon Crouch had a brutal incident. Heavy rains delayed Knoxville's Saturday night program, and that is the delay that ultimately changed the course of racing history.
Yeah.
As we know, Kyle Larson was in Richmond racing a cup car. He had assumed his Knoxville weekend was over and that Trevor Canales was going to fill in that Paul Silva number 57, but during the cup race, Cliff Daniels came over the radio, told Larson there was a massive rain delay in Iowa. They hadn't even started hot laps yet. Larson seemed a bit shocked. Ended up finishing sixth. Literally just left his car on pit road, sprinted off. There's a funny video from his in-car of him just running away from the car. Cliff and Hendrick Motorsports had it set up, though. From my understanding, Larson, he pretty much thought there was no way he'd give up any hope of it, and was not planning to have a plane on standby or what have you. Cliff Daniels and president of HMS talked him into it and had it set up and ready for him, and boy, that sure worked out. And according to FlightAware, Kyle Larson's plane was the most tracked flight in the entire world during Saturday night. So, pretty interesting there, I thought.
It's so crazy, man. Kyle Larson, he pulled off the double. He did. He did it.
He finally pulled off his double.
A double, a really cool double.
Yeah.
You know, the irony in the first year he tried the Indy double deal, the rain is what jacked everything up. And for this, the rain absolutely made it happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, and when I think about it too hard, there's even more irony in how Cliff Daniels and folks at Hendrick are who just decided, hey, we're going to have you ready for this. When you think about all the years that it was blasphemy almost that those Hendrick drivers will get to go do anything else. So he has really changed a lot, in his time.
He changed the whole culture of Hendrick as far as that kind of
Absolutely.
Stuff now for sure. Like 360 changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as we know, he certainly made it in time. Started on the pole, which he had earned from those prelims, and put on an absolute clinic. Led all 50 laps wire to wire. At the end of the race, only about 12, 13 cars were even left on the lead lap. He was setting such a blistering pace through lap traffic, just super impressive. Sheldon Haudenschild finished a hard-fought second. Casey Kane stuck in there, got a podium with a third-place run. Pretty cool to see. It's Larson's fourth career Knoxville Nationals championship. Brought home $200,000 for that win. Big payday. I'd say that paid more than Richmond, to be honest. Quite a bit more, actually. Interesting, Larson kind of called out the haters as post-race interviews. Said, I hope all the fans that were bitching and moaning about us running a prelim night now understand why. This was the best case scenario. He also confirmed this is likely his final sprint car race of the 2026 season. So a little clapback from Larson there, which you don't hear a ton. I thought was interesting.
Well, I just hate to hear that it's probably his last sprint race, man.
Yeah, I think that's where Hendrick draws the line, is at chase time, playoff time. They're like, all right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of like Larson leaning into it a little bit. You know what I mean? Almost, I don't know necessarily a villain role, but kind of. I mean, we know he gets both heavily cheered and booed at these races for various reasons. I like hearing him lean into it a little bit myself.
Starting to take that villain role up on the sprint car side a little more this year. It's really interesting as we're seeing, I think, other drivers and I guess fans tired of him showing up and winning, and that's that's your preference, of course. And seeing, as you said, some boos, especially at those dirt track situations. We saw him and David Gravel into it just recently with
Ryan Timms.
Ryan Timms. So, I think the dirt side Larson is interesting watching this progression, and I like to see it. It's fun. Shows more genuine personality. So,
yeah.
I mean, as crazy as it may sound, man, like, I prefer sprint car, dirt car Larson to NASCAR Larson.
Oh, yeah, I agree 100% with that.
I think he does too, honestly.
I think you're right. I think you're big right there.
Obviously, I'm a big fan of him in pretty much everywhere he ever runs, and for sure. But I think that he just seems to have more fun, man. Even when he's running really well in the Cup stuff, and obviously he's had probably a Hall of Fame career, quite frankly, just by the stand. He still seems like he has more fun doing these things, and I don't know. That's what I still think is going to end up calling him away eventually. Is doing this all the time again. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he says it without saying it often that this is really his true passion of racing, is the dirt side of things. And I mean, I think he certainly wants to be in Cup and do well and be remembered for great things in Cup. But I mean, ultimately, I think when that 40 number gets close, he's going to, we've heard him say it, but I think he's really going to start looking at moving back to dirt full time.
Well, he's 34 now, which is only 2 years younger than Joey Logano. Make that make sense.
Now talk about wild. That's wild.
At what point do we stop calling the man Young Money? When he hits 35, does he become middle-aged Money?
But a nickname is there forever. Young Money, Young Bucks. It don't matter. It's there forever.
So if we could think in 6 years' time, who would be the driver most likely to get poached from another team by Hendrick?
I don't think we know the answer to that right now.
Tristan McKee.
Let's not forget a Hendrick car sponsored, as you just said. Yeah, Keelan Harvick. He gets that Hendrick sponsorship. However, he did sign a Toyota development deal, so I guess that kind of would.
Well, what about Brexton?
Yeah. That's coming as well.
Yep.
A lot of, as we talk weekly here, a lot of hot young talent coming.
Well, no doubt. RCR promised Brexton a ride, or they're basically begging Brexton to come. They'd put him in a car right now if they could.
Listen, I think as recent events have shown, when there's one large older man in North Carolina that if he wants you, he's going to get you. I mean, they can beg all they want, but that's what we've seen with Connor.
Who, Michael Jordan?
Yep, exactly. Well, but that's true too. You never know, right? But there's just too much money in this conversation for me now. I'm bailing out.
Yeah, me too.
Take me back to the dirt track, baby.
I think old Pop's a little bit mad about that. Large North Carolina man poaching some drivers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still not over it for sure. All right, good stuff for this week's boring report. And that puts us on the cool down lap. We start at the beginning and now we're almost to the end of this thing. But before we do that, we'll look back one more time for a Scheme of the Week segment. Any car, any track, any series that raced over the past week is fair game. Let's jump right into that. Scheme of the Week. Jeff, we'll start with you.
All right. I'm going to start us off strong, and I'm going to go with Sheldon Haudenschild in the number 18 NOS Grand Prix Guava car for KCP Racing. This thing was awesome looking, man. And like a lot of the vibes that Ryan Blaney's car had with the bright colors this car had, but I think they looked even better.
Yeah, that thing was sweet. I definitely agree. Size, how about you?
I'm going to go with the Dan Ebert MTH number 60 Lucas Oil late model. I love that blue and orange, the way it kind of blended there, and with the white on the back of the car. I thought that was a really sweet looking car.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that as well. Good looking stuff. Shawn, how about you?
You already know West Virginia. It's West Virginia, the home of every mountain. Anyway, but Grant Enfinger's number 9 truck, the WVU Grant County Mulch. There's no paint scheme that ever comes close for me this week. So that's my scheme of the week.
Yeah, that thing was fantastic, no doubt. I'm going to give it to, Jeff mentioned it, Team Penske. That Ryan Blaney body armor, that neon thing looked really cool under the lights at Richmond. Thought that was a good one. Lots of good schemes this week. Tell us your favorite paint scheme of the week in the comments.
A couple other really good schemes I liked at Richmond was the Austin Hill 33 with the Kyle Busch bow on the hood. Thought that was really cool. And I'm not sure if they've ran this one before or not, but Ty Gibbs, the 54 Victory Junction cookout car, was really cool looking too.
Yeah, that was. Both of those I thought were awesome as well. I like that track on the Nick Lights truck with that like mint green. I thought that was kind of just a unique color to see out there, and it really stood out, I thought.
Another one I really liked was Gio Scelzi's, like the black chili scheme, kind of like the one that we saw Carson drive in NASCAR. Man, I thought that looked really cool in the sprint car.
Sprint Timadente.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. I agree.
It looked really good doing flip-flops down there.
Yeah, it did go for a ride. Gosh.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Before we move away, we're going to look at the Magic Mile, New Hampshire, coming up next week. We're going to try to predict a winner. We'll get into that now. New Hampshire Motor Speedway, predict your winner for the Cup Series race. Size, we'll start with you.
Hey, we talk about even year Logano. Let's talk about even year Christopher David Bell at Loudon. One there in 22, one there in 24. I'm saying he's doing it again in 26.
Oh, baby Bell, very nice. Jeff, how about you?
All right, man. Well, I picked him last week. I'm going to pick him again this week. I think Ryan Blaney's going to get it done this week.
Wow, RB to the front of New Hampshire. Shawn, what you got?
Those are both good picks, but you're both wrong. It is still even year Joey, and Joey's floodgates are still open for 2 in a row. Joey Logano at New Hampshire.
Ooh, 22, doing it again. I'm going to go with the momentum and 6th place, followed by a huge win in the Knoxville Nationals. Kyle Larson finally gets back in Cup victory lane at New Hampshire. Let us know your pick for New Hampshire in the comments.
That's a good pick, man. I could see it.
Yeah.
Hey, he likes to get hot. He used to be good at New Hampshire anyway.
I think keep an eye on the third Penske guy too, and Hendrick this week. I almost went. If anybody else took Joey, I was going to take him.
Yeah, I agree. On the Chevrolet side, Chase usually pretty good at New Hampshire. If they can keep that turnaround up too, he should have a good run. And I mean, always Denny's in conversation at any track other than a road course. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, every single week we say this is a good track for Denny. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well,
makes me sick.
I mean, there's another Ryan I wanted to pick that drives a Ford. But I don't want to curse him. I don't want to jinx anything, and he absolutely has to have a good weekend. So I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to speak it into existence, but let's just hope it happens.
He needs it.
Buddy, me and my Aussie friends say you might as well hang it up and call it it's over for that ride. Go crying to that point penalty and all that, but it's over. I'm just going to put it out there.
Hey, if he could pull it off at what is essentially his home track, though, it would be quite the emotional affair and story. Again, a what if, but it really would be pretty a good sports story out of it, if you will. But time will tell. That's for sure.
We are headed fast into the chase in all three of these series now. It's unbelievable how quickly it's getting here.
Yeah, we're knocking on the door.
It's crazy. It seems like it was just yesterday we were filming one of our first episodes where we were just looking forward to the Clash, and here we are, man.
Yeah, we nearly froze to death. We hadn't left our homes for days.
Yeah, I was thinking about that actually, getting stuff ready for this when it popped up that week. The ice got our audio all crazy. The little thing I'd made, and I was like, "Oh, we've come pretty far."
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm looking forward to New Hampshire, though. I like New Hampshire historically. I'd like to see it rain a little bit. New Hampshire, that one time we got to see them with those rain tires on was really cool to watch. So I wouldn't mind if a shower passed through.
Have we seen rain tires this season? I don't even remember.
Nah, I don't think so yet this season.
I think we saw them at the Clash, didn't we? We saw that snow tires.
Yeah, we did see them big time at the Clash. We saw snow, monsoon, ice tires. I don't know.
I think they were putting chains on them.
Hey, I'll tell you who was really good at that Clash, Ryan Preece. So he may be hoping for some rain in New Hampshire as well. Yeah.
Well, unless something changes, Loudon, New Hampshire is showing 74 and partly sunny, so it may not be the day for that unless something changes.
Not looking good on that front.
Yeah, but good for all you folks who are going.
It does look like a great day to sit in the stands and watch some racing, though. Sounds like great weather for that. So if you're going to New Hampshire, have fun and think about us.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back to do it again next week and see how that one goes and everything else in the racing world. Don't forget to like this video, drop us a comment, subscribe here to the Arson Brothers Network. Other cool videos dropping. Just dropped a little thrifting vlog. Silas and I made a little run out to Goodwill a few weeks back. Showed a few goodies. Yeah. Quick little drop. Got some cool ones coming, though. Definitely check us out on the socials, Wide and Handsome, of course, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And Arson Brothers Entertainment, kind of the parent organization here, across those same social medias. And that's going to do it for us. Until next time, we say keep it high, keep it wide, and keep it handsome.